What's up, Profit Snipers? It's your boy Jaron. Today we're going to be running through today's analysis for Tuesday, July 14th. Then we're going to also be running over the 30-minute chart analysis. Then we're going to run over key analysis on the daily chart. I'm going to be walking you through what a bullish continuation looks like in with the 5-day and the 20-day moving averages, as well as the bulls uptrending with the upper Bollinger, and the opposite of that, what a downtrend is, with the bears are downtrending with the 5-day, 20-day, and the bottom Bollinger. And so today's going to be a jam-packed video. Let's get right into it. I also send all these plays in the Discord. I send you pre-market prep. For today, I sent pre-market prep. We go over live trading. We got live trading access. I'm going to also be posting my charts, so you will be able to see my live 1 minute, 30-minute, and daily chart really soon coming in. So if you want to join my Discord, it is only $5 a day to get access to this. But what I want to talk about today is this key trade for today, right? So in the morning, the first thing we identified was this bullish continuation in this green buying channel. So we can see this buying continuation in this buying channel, right? So this was the market showing us the buying continuation, right? So right now we're just seeing what the market wants to do. The second thing we noticed was identifying the liquidity at the magenta algorithm. As price approached the magenta algorithm, buyers began to lose momentum due to resistance. This prevented immediate continuation and left behind key left shoulder liquidity at the swing high. So when we go, we see our magenta algorithm was building liquidity for the bulls. And once it came to this key level over here, that's when we identified a form of resistance. And I also sent this micro structured trade in the chat right here for this downside. It was this trade right here, and I talked about this in a previous video with the orange and the yellow dual algorithm setup. And we could see that right here. We pushed up in our orange buying continuation and grabbed liquidity with the yellow, just like it showed right here. So from there on, we knew that this was a form of resistance, right? So we knew that we could possibly continue selling down to a form of support at the lowest band of the magenta algorithm, because we know that this is previous support over here. So off of the magenta, so if we came back and retested it, this could be possible support, and this could be our head, which we end up getting. And a key identification here was a breakout of our green selling channel right here, because this showed that bears could not continue selling price down once bulls broke out and started to grab this right shoulder liquidity, as we see right here. So we got our head structure down here. We activated our buying channel, and the bulls grabbed that right shoulder liquidity on the breakout of the magenta algorithm. And they activated on this breakout a strong green buying channel. That's why we see that momentum candle push up, but they took profits and it wigged back down, right? And then from there on out, we started to buy up in our orange buying continuation, right? So the bulls were just dominant in their buying channel throughout the entire day. But once we came and we identified that magenta again, we broke out the buying and we started selling to the downside. So when we go over to the pre-market prep, this was the main thing I was looking out for this day, was this key wedge that we were in with the magenta and the orange channel. So if we broke out, I would look for calls above 752.22, and I would look for puts below 749.14. So when we go look at the 30-minute chart, we can see that wedge with the orange buying channel right there, and we can see it with the magenta resistance right there, just like we prepared for. And I was looking for a breakout retest of that magenta for us to activate the green buying. And you can see the bulls also have a orange buying channel here on a larger structure on a 30-minute time frame. So they could target the high of the orange buying channel in this green continuation if they want to. And that's why the green buying channel is the bullish strongest buying channel, because of the momentum in which it moves at. And that leads us into the daily chart, right? So I sent this in the Discord as well today, right here, explaining how the bulls move and explaining how the bears move. So this is our 5-day moving average. The 5-day moving average just is the moving average of the previous 5 trading days. The pink line below is our 20-day moving average, right? These are both major supports, as we can see over here. The 5-day and the 20-day are crossed above, and the 5 days acting as support, right? So for the bulls to continue pushing up, right, they need to be continuously uptrending with that 5-day moving average trending up alongside the upper Bollinger, right? Alongside the 5-day moving average moving up, with the upper Bollinger moving up, and the 20-day move average creeping up as well, right? And the bulls will continuously uptrend while building liquidity off of the 5-day moving average, just like we see right here. The bulls are uptrending with the 5-day moving average, with the upper Bollinger trending up, and the 20-day moving average is the major support. That this is currently a bullish market still. Unless the 5-day and the 20-day cross to the downside, which we can see the bears were trying over here, but they could not get the activation of the downside with the bottom Bollinger. The bottom Bollinger became support, right? But that's advanced. Just like the bulls like to move with the 5-day, just like the bulls like to move with the 5-day as support, the bears like to move with the 5-day as resistance. So you'll see the bears using the 5-day as resistance, with them downtrending with the bottom Bollinger like that, and the 20-day moving average like that. So this shows us who is in control of the market, right? Right now, we are currently in a bullish continuation. So yes, you'll have some minor pullbacks like we're having right now, but as long as everything stays intact, we'll still have continuation to the upside. So tomorrow, we have to watch out for us activating this green buying channel, right? That's the main thing I'm going to be looking at for, because that's the play that I sent. You can see we are up a little bit overnight, but we do have to break above these levels still that you see over here. 753.60, resistance is at 754.69, and a major resistance at 755.81. So we do have to crack those levels. Now for the downside, for the bears have to hold under 752.22 and under 749.14 is where the major bearish liquidity is. You can see that as represented with this blue algorithm to the downside. This is all the bearish liquidity to the downside in this blue algorithm. So 749.14 will be the start of downside if the bears do want to do that, because you see, if I set my stop right at this level, right, and we're just targeting the downside of the blue algorithm, right, this is an amazing trade, giving us a perfect stop, targeting a almost $8 move, which you have in a 9.65 risk to reward ratio, right? This is a great stop. You can play that right off of the magenta, seeing if you have stronger downside, right? And that makes the risk to reward even higher if you get a beautiful stop up here and you know what you're looking for on a larger time frame. But for now, this market is bullish like we talked about on the daily chart. We see that uptrend happening with the 5, the upper Bollinger and the bulls just building liquidity off of the 5-day and the 20-day, right? So don't be surprised tomorrow if we are up. If we are up, don't chase. Just look for structure, because structure will present itself if it does want to continue pushing up. This is a key level that the bulls have to hold. So there's a lot of room to the upside, right? So don't get caught just trying to short this because you think that it's too high. And I am doing my best to really prepare you guys, right? I'm sending everything I can possibly think of in the pre-market, right? Sending you what I'm seeing, the buying channels. I'm telling you about the liquidity zones, what levels we need to be mounting off of. I know the algorithms are something new, but stick around, man. You will truly catch on because I'm providing you guys a lot of value, right? People would be charging thousands of dollars for what I'm charging you guys. I'm literally sending you guys plays before the plays happen, right? You can see this right here. And it's only for $5 a week, you guys. $5 a week to invest in yourself, right? And learn this skill for you so you can teach your kids how to do this for the rest of their life, and you can make money for the rest of your life for you and your family and not have to rely on another person to feed you and your family for the rest of the lifetime. And you can learn this for yourself. I know the algorithms are confusing. Look, when I first started, I was like, what the heck is this? But when you stay consistent and you learn and you understand and you know that it's not going to be easy, but I have to put in the work to understand, and someone is here to teach me how to do it, man, let's lock in. It's only $5 a week so you can learn this skill so you and your family can eat. Let's go. If you're looking for that, my link is down below to come lock in. Peace.